Your boy Moo. Now, today we're back again with another video. Today we're reacting to a video called Shai Alexander is making the NBA unwatchable. Now, I feel like we needed to react to this video. This video needed to be talked about because I was completely furious on how the last Lakers OKC game I watched, bro. All you see is this man flailing around, getting his calls, not making a bucket, for real. And he just kept going through the free throw line. I thought people was over-exaggerating until I seen that bullshit. I'm like, is he dead ass? And then I have a homeboy that also supports Shai Alexander. He has a shoe and everything, bro. He bought his shoes and everything, bro. And all I can say is this. I know why he's your favorite player now. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I know why he's your favorite player now. I know exactly why. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, when my homie plays ball, I noticed that they also like to, call fouls that weren't even there sometimes. I think that's actually why he likes him. So, yeah, we finna just get into this video. I'm not finna talk that much.
Let me ask you a question. When you watch Shai Alexander drive to the basket and draw a foul, how does that make you feel? For a lot of people, the answer is one word: enraged. Recently, a post by Brick Center went viral, claiming Shai was flopping on every single play.
Bro, if they saying it, that's how you know it was bad. Look at it. How the fuck do you... Nobody touched this nigga, bro. Nobody. Bro, what? Bro, this nigga looks like a fucking cartoon character. Yo, nobody even touched this nigga for real. Nobody touched him and he's flopping around like that. The nigga is flailing around like that, bro. I don't know nobody that do that much flopping in the league, bro. I'm not even gonna lie to you.
6.5 million
That's
views,
crazy.
and the comments were brutal. The new NBA logo. This
bro,
is the most fraudulent MVP. And most importantly, he's too talented to be doing this.
That
These
nigga be knowing what the fuck he be doing, bro. Like, it's no way.
Alone. And at this point, the NBA cannot ignore this. SGA is about to win his second straight MVP. The Thunder are favorites to win their second straight title. Shai is just 27 years old, and he should be the face of both a potential dynasty and the entire NBA. Instead, he's become the face of everything fans hate about basketball. Because let me hit you with another number. 57.5. That is Shai's free throw rate for the current NBA playoffs, or the percentage of times he gets fouled on a field goal attempt. Not only is this number easily the highest among any guard in the NBA.
Let me see. Let me see. Where is it? Donovan Mitchell, Shai Alexander. Bro, nobody's free throw percentage. Jared Allen. I mean, that's going to happen, though, because they centers and small forwards and stuff like that. This nigga's a guard. Like, why? Like, what the...
Also, 14% higher than Shai's free throw rate.
Yo, this nigga's dead ass, too, bro.
Which means the flopping is getting worse because the NBA is not just allowing it
Bro, that's like having the worst LA Fitness player on the court, bro. He's just a little more skilled, though. That's actually crazy as hell.
The NBA is actively rewarding it. Right now, we are watching the Lakers lose.
That's the type of shit you see at the fucking rec center, bro. Not even the niggas at the rec center do that much flopping. That's fucking crazy, Shai.
Reeves is begging the refs to do something because, while Shai is the poster child of the foul merchant movement, he is certainly not the only player who is being rewarded for selling calls.
What arena are they? That was with the Warriors?
Contagious.
Bro, this nigga... This just made me mad. It's not even just Shai at this point. Nobody touched this nigga.
This was originally a foul on DeAndre Ayton, as Chet laid on the ground and pretended he had a...
He never even touched your mouth, bro.
Dog. But the Lakers challenged, and it was overturned. Chet faced no consequences for flopping. LeBron, who himself is certainly no stranger to flop allegations, we're just being honest, but was so frustrated by how the refs were calling this game that
that's more flopping than Bron be doing, bro.
Parents of children who
like, at this point, we can't even defend that shit.
If your child was sexually exploited, abused.
Look, even if it was a claim that LeBron be flopping, right? You really gotta think about it like this game. He's a power forward to small forward. So he can kind of do that. This nigga Shai is a guard. He's supposed to be able to shoot and everything. This nigga's flopping. He's supposed to have more of a skill set to get niggas off of him. And he's flopping.
This is what happens when the league rewards flopping. Frustrations reach all-time highs, and we see even more flopping. In the 2025 Western Conference Finals, Shai took 14 or more free throws in 3 of the 5 games he played. Anthony Edwards
never seen
already
no
knew
shit like
this was
that.
coming. In game
Yo, do y'all
1
know
of
how
this
crazy that would be if we seen that in 2K? Like, honestly, like, y'all better be lucky that 2K never added the realistic stats of niggas, bro.
series, the following play took place.
You're not giving up an easy 2 in a conference final.
Like, bro, you're not even going to be able to build up no momentum playing with OKC, bro. That's so crazy. He just threw the ball at him.
Anthony Edwards is essentially the anti-Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Ant has a low foul rate. He is what some would consider an ethical hooper. It's right here where I think we need to get real.
Why is he
I
falling?
already know that some people think this whole situation is overblown. Trust me, I've been reading the comments from every direction.
I'm
And that might
convinced,
be
bro,
you.
Shai can do a full-on travel and they'll still reward it to him, bro.
To be fair,
That
Shai
game
does
really was on
drive
his
to the
side that
basket
night,
at
bro.
one of the highest rates in the league, and there are guys like Luka who shot more free throws than Shai this season. So Shai's defenders do have stats to fall back on. But the eye test,
Bro, that's
what
Luka
we're
though. Wait.
Shai this season.
Bro, what? Okay, he's
So
a point
Shai's
guard too. That
defenders
doesn't
do
matter.
have stats to fall back.
But Shai is,
the eye
but Luka is bigger. I feel like niggas gonna follow him more than Shai because he's big as fuck.
test, what we are watching in a single basketball game, does not need stats. It just needs us to see to believe. And what we see is Shai jumping into defenders to draw contact, throwing his head back as a defender bumps him 18 feet away from the basket, and smiling as he shoots free throw after free throw.
You know what? I think I'm actually gonna take this play style for college and see if it works. I'm just gonna do a whole bunch of foul baiting. I'm not even gonna lie to
The
you.
stats
I might
can
actually
say
do
what
this
they
shit.
want, but the
I'm
clips
actually
you are
about to start
watching
studying this nigga's playing style.
in
Like,
this
I'm
very
not
video
even gonna
will
lie to you.
do their own talking. On Pat McAfee, Tyrese
Like, you see how
Halliburton was
everything just went his way though, and he's cheating the game.
directly asked if he thought that this was ruining the game of basketball. His response: "There are children watching this guy.
My question
They're
is
gonna be
this though: when did he learn it, and was he doing this in college?
copying him. Stop it. No,
That's the question we need to be asking. Or I need to be asking. I'm trying to
What do
know.
you mean? Selling is a part of the game. You guys flopping, selling, it's a part of basketball.
And Tyrese is right.
Not
in this
like
play.
that,
The
bro.
Shai situation is being a bit overblown for Shai, not because he isn't the foul merchant that people are saying he is, but because flopping and selling has become an agreed upon part of basketball. It's very simple. If the best players in the world flop to get calls and are named MVP while doing so, the rest of the players in the league are going to do the same. If the NBA doesn't penalize players for playing like this, why wouldn't new guys come into the league and think, hey, if I can get more free throws, I'll get paid more, and so I'm going to flop more. Tyrese thought he was defending Shai in this clip. What he was really doing was telling us we need to just sit back and accept that watching flopping is now a part of basketball games, whether we enjoy it or not. Because due to some unfortunate evidence I've found, I'm not positive that flopping is going anywhere anytime soon. But before we continue, I'm very excited to thank DraftKings for sponsoring today's video. And Pick 6 is DraftKings' newest sports pick'em game. Just pick more or less on 2 or more players' stats for a chance to win big. It's live in most states like California. Pick 7. More or play.
You don't get to promote DraftKings, bro.
What is happening around us? Way too many casual fans of basketball hate this brand of the game. They are calling the NBA unwatchable. They're saying Shai is a propped up MVP and the league is trying to make him a superstar by giving him the benefit of a whistle. You might be a diehard fan who thinks there is nothing wrong with this, but I will bet that you have a lot of friends who watch the NBA casually who will say that they turn off games the second that they see flopping.
Crazy part is, Bam just scored 82, bro. So if you really just really think about it, bro, if niggas can do that just off of the whistle. I wouldn't be mad at him for doing this, but still, like, bro, you gotta chill, bro. Like, just you a whole guard doing this shit, bro.
And honestly, most of us don't want to watch a basketball
Like, if your bag not deep, nigga, get more in your bag. Like, what are you doing?
game where players are driving to
He
the
just
basket
flopping
with the
against
hope to
niggas.
get fouled and not to actually make a basket. But due to the fact that stars such as Tyrese Halliburton are benefiting from these calls themselves, most of them aren't going to come out and call out Shai, which is actually unfortunate for a completely separate reason. Let's think on this for a second. In a vacuum, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is actually who we should love as a basketball player. He was just the 35th player in his
I
high
feel
school
like Holly
class.
Burton's trying to make it seem like he not hating because Shai did steal that championship spot from him.
Defied the
You know what
odds,
I mean?
became the
So he
11th
gotta
player
try his hardest to support, just like Jaylen Brown was doing on that little stream.
in the draft, then made an unexpected launch into superstardom. He's the kind of underdog story that made MVPs such as Giannis and Jokic fan favorites. He is also undoubtedly one of the hardest workers in the league, something we all value, and he plays for a small market team. If Shai had the playstyle of Anthony Edwards, would we love him like he was Kobe Bryant? He won a title for the Thunder when Kevin Durant and Russell Westbrook couldn't. He should be a generational fan favorite. But because of the flopping, because of the selling calls, a lot of fans do not appreciate Shai's style of play. They don't care that he is an automatic mid-range jumper, that in the clutch he's one of the most dependable players in the league. They just see him sell a call and say, I'm out. And so, let me ask you another question. Do you think the NBA can fix this? Doesn't it feel like it would be as simple as just awarding technical fouls for flopping as well as giving out fines? Wouldn't that pretty much instantly solve the league's problem here? All it would take was watching Shai Gilgeous-Alexander getting thrown.
Listen, maybe he just trying to be another James Harden. That's what I'm trying to look at right now. That's kind of what I'm seeing, bro. He want to be another
out
James
of an
Harden.
NBA
James Harden do a lot of foul
for
games too.
flopping on national television, and suddenly he and every other star would not want to flop due to the fact that they just got exposed. That sounds like it would make sense, but here's the thing. The NBA has already tried to stop flopping all the way back in the 2013 season, or at least they put in a rule that would make the fans happy. Because before the 2013 season, the league made it official. They were going to fine players for flops, saying that after the first violation, they would give a warning, and then increasing fines would come after that. And after the sixth violation, the possibility for a suspension would come into play.
That's a lot of money, but I feel like that's kind of like a quarter when you a good player.
Completely forgotten the NBA did this because the league itself almost never enforced their own rules. Marcus Smart was pretty much the only guy who was fined for flopping. He was fined $5,000 on this play.
What the fuck was that?
And after this fine, it seemed like the rule just disappeared. Only,
What, Casper
get this,
fouled you, bro?
in 2024, the league also approved technical fouls for flopping. This rule exists right now. It is currently in the rule book. The NBA just chooses not to use it or enforce it at all. Let's think back to Chet flopping on Aiden. The NBA reviewed
The league is
that
scripted,
play,
bro.
overturned the call, but then did not give Chet a technical, even though the only way they could overturn
Bro, the
that
league
call
is
was by
scripted.
admitting
That
that
shit
Chet
is
had
supposed to
flopped.
happen,
So
bro.
what is the NBA's explanation here? Well, to me, it feels like the league has no real reason why they shouldn't
Bro,
enforce it.
another thing that never makes sense as well is how basically some of the games that I was watching, like the 76 versus the Knicks and all that, bro. And if y'all really supposed to be a losing team, right? They have you shoot it and it clearly like it's going to go in, and then it swishes around and goes back out, like every fucking time. I never see no shit like that, especially on a college court. I never seen nothing like that. So I can tell you off that this shit is scripted.
Rules as the fan
You can't tell me
complaints
nothing else.
continue to pile up. But I do have a theory why they are not acting. Because they've fixed situations like this before. Back in the 2010 season, Kevin Durant had perfected a cheat code in basketball, the rip-through.
Imagine being able to build an app with your name on it, just by thinking about it. Meet Base 44.
He realized that if a defender put his hands too close to him, KD could immediately throw up a shot and he would also force a shooting foul almost every time. In the 2010 season and before that, this play was called a shooting foul, and KD led the entire league in free throw attempts. Sounds similar, but then people were fed up watching.
That shit is not as bad though, bro. Like the nigga KD found a fucking cheat code. The nigga literally found a cheat code in one move, bro. a cheat code to do when somebody did one thing. That nigga Shai is literally going, and he's going against niggas, and he's falling back. That's what he's doing.
Basketball like this, because while KD technically wasn't breaking any rules, he wasn't actually trying to shoot a basketball. He was just trying to get to the free throw line. So the NBA ended up making this a non-shooting foul. And then guys like Joel Embiid and Chris Paul still abused it, because you could still use it to draw fouls on players in general, or get to the free throw line if the other team was in the bonus. And because refs are inconsistent, sometimes they would call it a shooting foul anyway. But the NBA went further. In 2024, they said it was a non-basketball move, and sometimes no foul would be called at all. So sometimes a player would just turn it over. Now we do
He
see
definitely
a
tried that
lot
shit on
less
that play.
rip-throughs, proof
I don't
that if
know.
you force the
That
rules,
nigga thought he was slick.
things will work. But also proof that if you don't hammer down on a rule completely, like the flopping rules they apparently put into place, nothing is going to actually change. The proof of change came with James Harden. From 2015 to 2020, Harden led the NBA in free throw attempts every single season. Was he a superstar scorer in general? Yes. Was he also manipulating how basketball was played? Yes. In a single season, Harden drew 124 fouls on three-point attempts alone. A
What
lot
the
of us hated the way refs were handling how James Harden played, and the NBA responded to this backlash. Most notably, the rule that has stuck is that you cannot kick out your leg on a shot so that a
Why
defender
the fuck
accidentally
did he
trips
just
you.
get on
The
his
Harden
back?
rules in general were supposed to be, essentially you cannot make fake contact on shots to draw fouls, aka you're not supposed to purposely be able to jump into a defender if he attempts to block your shot. You have to have a natural shooting motion there. But we've recently seen Shai and others jump into defenders and draw fouls. Again, if the NBA is not absurdly strict on their rule changes, they don't work. But you would think with flopping, the NBA would just fully do something about this. Even if you are on the camp that this is overblown, I don't think you like flopping. I don't think any of us like flopping. So why doesn't the NBA fix it? It's the same reason why they've never enforced the flopping rules they've already created. The players get legitimately embarrassed for getting called out for flopping. It's really that simple. Even though making a push to stop flopping would make a lot of casual basketball fans and diehard fans very happy, the NBA currently has chosen to not anger their own stars. If a guy like Shai were thrown out of a game for flopping, it would negatively affect his basketball brand, and the league would hear it from his agents, from his
I'm about to
sponsors,
check was he doing this
and
shit last
possibly
season.
the
I wasn't even
Players
paying attention though.
Association. All of those things, unfortunately,
Cause
are
listen,
affecting.
if he was doing this last season, bro, and the season before that, you know what this 100% means? This 100% means if they actually, do carry out a role like that, he's not going to play as good as he is now.
Why the NBA will not put this rule change in place? Because any sort of logic tells us the league should police flopping
This
to a
nigga
much
probably
larger
need to just get in a
degree.
weight
For
room,
this
bro, because this is no fucking way.
video, I did my homework. I looked at Reddit threads. I looked at X, Instagram, wherever you could look at fan reactions. I was there and I was seeing way too many people say that the current NBA product is unwatchable. And with the NBA Finals right around the corner, we are going to see a new level of scrutiny. The most watched basketball event of the year is going to have some casual fans tuning in for the first time since last June. It's the league's biggest opportunity to draw in new fans. And those people might very well see the back-to-back
Hey, bro, what the
MVP
fuck?
jumping into defenders. They're going to see the whistle getting blown, and they're going to see that man getting free throws. Then they will turn off their TVs. The NBA has a flopping rule in place it refuses to enforce. But they did change the rules for James Harden. The playbook for success for them is there. The only question is, how loud do we have to be until the league listens? So there we have it. Thank you for watching today's video. If you did, I really think you're going to like the videos.
Alright, I ain't gonna lie, y'all. That's the end of the video. I hope y'all enjoyed. I really don't understand the Shai Alexander hype. If a nigga's flopping around, like, look, I'm convinced if you watching somebody flop around like that many times and you can say, oh, that's my favorite player, you buying his merch and everything, bro. I ain't gonna lie, bro. I know exactly what type of person you is when you go to the gym and you hoop and you do all this other stuff. I know exactly what type of person you are. But yeah, I don't understand how he's everybody's favorite player, and I don't understand the hype either. I never did. But yeah, the only thing I really like about Shai, honestly, is probably like his style of dressing. Like it's very like, I don't know how to explain it, but it's like, I don't know. He just clean, bro. I'm not even gonna lie. as far as that, that's the only thing I'm supporting cousin, cause his fists do be nice. I'm not even gonna lie to you. You know what I'm saying? It make me just wanna get just as flashy, no bullshit. But yeah, I ain't even gonna lie. We out, we bipping. I hope y'all understand what I just said. I'm not even hating on Shay. It's just, bro, you flopping too much. But we want to see what type of person he is when he stop all that flopping, bro, and they actually like bring all the rules out and shit. But yeah, as far as that, we want to see. We out, we bipping. Y'all be safe out there. You know what I'm saying?